Everybody, this is a little different from like what we usually do, but a year from now, this is when we started the pod. Today is when we got our first ever pro soccer player, so it's pretty fucking crazy. So I just want to record a little bit before we get there, and yeah, that's about it. But stay tuned, and hope you all enjoy the video.
Hey guys, what's up? Here we are with Steffen Yeates.
Yep.
Yeah, so special one today. Sitting down with someone who's experienced every level of football in Canada, from youth football, academy football, and then North American playing NCAA. I'm playing pro out here, so we can kind of hit a little bit of everything. What makes this conversation a bit more interesting, though, it's not just about football and career, it's about the journey behind it, and not just his resume. So everything that leads up to that, the hard work that it takes, developmental stuff. So we're going to kind of get right into it, and we'll start off basic with tell us about your career, kind of how you got into football. And
well, before you do that, actually, I'm happy you came. It's such a pleasure that you're here for both of us. I appreciate it. Before we start on how your career, how has your day been so far? I always start with every guest.
This guy's so cute.
I always start with every guest. How has your day been, bro?
It's been good. It's been good. A nice calm Sunday.
Nice calm Sunday.
Yeah,
all
for
right.
sure.
But yeah, without further ado, if you want to get into your career,
kind of how we started from
Yeah, for sure.
youth, whatever, to
Yeah, so no, obviously, I started playing for Vaughan Missouri, but I first started playing with my brother's age group, because he's actually born, so he's a 98,
okay.
and I'm a 2000, so I started playing with him, and then that's when I got into, like, obviously playing with my own age group,
Mm-hmm.
and I played with Vaughan Missouri from ages 8 to 12, basically. The last year, like, being like 11, I was playing again with the 99 age group. But again, I was always like shifting between age groups just because, you know, like just to get more games and obviously play with better competition. But from there, that's when I transitioned to Toronto FC Academy, and I spent basically like my whole youth with the academy from 12 to 18 to when I went to university.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, obviously, I was fortunate enough to get a full ride to University of Connecticut, and I spent the first 6 months there. You know, like basically the first season, over there. For me, it wasn't really my type of like environment, just from being, again, coming from like a academy set up and obviously playing like in Europe with like different tournaments and stuff like that. Like I was more used to kind of a professional, more like scheduled and more like I don't know how to say, like
structured.
Yeah, structured environment, right? So I spent 6 months there with the season. Then I returned back and then ended up finding my way back to Oregon State for another season there. It was a little bit better over there on the West End, in the Pac-12 back then.
Yeah.
But again, that was right before COVID, so right when COVID hit, I was like, you know what, like I don't see myself staying in university the entire 4 years, or 3 years, however many years I had left. So I kind of dipped out from there, and then came back in TFC, and then obviously played with the second team, made my debut with the first team in 2022 in the MLS. And then now playing in the CPL with Inter Toronto FC.
Yeah,
Magic, kid.
That's magic, man.
So it's actually funny. I played TFC Academy for it was like 6 month contract.
Right.
And you're a year older than me.
Okay.
So on the team 1 year older than me, and I remember we used to watch you after training Bear.
Oh yeah.
You were unbelievable, you know, from me.
Yeah.
And you were probably like 16 then.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was like 14 or 15.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's actually hilarious. And then, question for you: do you think that playing? So you said you started playing with your brother's older group, and that's the first thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that starting off playing 2 years older helped your development a lot more?
Yeah, for sure. Because again, I think it's just like obviously I played less than if I would probably play with my own age group, but the time that you do spend playing, like you have to adjust way more, and you have to obviously you have to be quicker, you have to be stronger, you have to adjust to that type of like speed and that type of that strength. So I feel like starting off is, and again, what you see with a lot of pros and like obviously maybe more professional players, like the better players, you see that they have stories where they did play like years up, and they played against like more stronger competition, right? So I definitely think it helped me a lot, and obviously you see a lot of success stories like that. But yeah, 100%, I credit a lot of like my fast tracking to playing with different age groups, 100%.
Yeah. Question: how did you get scouted to TFC?
Well, honestly, even before TFC started the academy in 2012 for us, the year prior, so they kind of started, like, again, we started out at Lamport, where, like, every weekend, I think it was, you would bring, like, all, like, the top club players to basically train with each other before the academy actually started. So I think that's kind of how, like, they already had, like, an idea of, like, the players they wanted to bring in. But I remember it was November 2012, I think it was. where like all the kids started trying out and like they got scouted. You got an email from whoever it was at the time to we want you to come try out from like this week to this week, and then again at that point you see all like I'm at 2000, so you see everyone that we've played against throughout like the years all coming together and like obviously just sizing each other up. But, yeah, again, it's kind of, I think it's still the same. Like they kind of just send out emails to like parents or to the clubs saying like we want to ID this kid and bring him in.
So how do you think that, because again you're in like the first type of academy kind of for Toronto, how do you think it's developed from then to now? Because I kind of have my own opinion based on, because I was at TFC Academy 3 weeks ago. There was an FTF event and I was at Coach Dome College, so I was looking at some players. And the difference in which it's run now, I found completely different even when I was there 7-8 years ago.
Right. I mean, honestly, I'll be real. I don't know what it's like now. Obviously, I've been kind of out of it for 3 years, but obviously out of the academy system for a while. Yeah. I know there's still like a lot of like the same coaches and the same people there still running it, so I'm assuming they probably have a similar structure. But again, for us, like in terms of like the leagues, like we didn't, for my age group and like for the younger age groups, we didn't, or even the older ones, we didn't have like the MLS Next Pro or like MLS Next, where these guys are playing against like all the other different MLS teams. We were playing against. We were playing like OYSL or OSL, but even to like 15, 14, we started playing in League One Ontario. Yeah. And for me as well, I feel like League One Ontario back then was a lot.
It's not how it is now.
No, like I feel like it's a lot stronger like back then because you had like Sigma was like one of the best teams in the country for like League One, right? Where
I used to have a CPL as well, so all that.
Yeah, kind of right. So like the guys who went to university in the summertime, they'd come play League One, and it was like all the best players. So. But again, like from 16 to 15, like when we were playing against like again men in League One, like that was really good for our development. But I know now they have like MLS Next, right, where they travel for games, and even too like they have for like the Ontario leagues, it's like OPDL and Model One. So I've heard some stories about that, which I mean again I can't form too many opinions, but I think it's.
Well, I'm sure
we might get to it.
But even too like I feel like there's maybe not as many players coming out of like TFC that there are like a lot that are signing, but again from maybe I'm biased, but from like a lot of the age groups that we've seen like from 98s down to 2000 even to 02s that we're seeing playing pro now, I feel like there were like a lot more players who were kind of progressing to the academy then. Yeah. But again, I'm sure it's probably structured in a very similar way, right?
Yeah. So kind of going back to your Vaughan is kind of what I wanted to go to because that Vaughan 2000 team was. A bit special, a bit different. Some of the names coming from there,
Yeah. Again, I don't want to sound biased, but like a lot of people like did like dub us like a golden generation, even at TFC.
I'm not letting you.
I think I was.
We knew.
You hear about it all the time.
But yeah, like the Vaughan team, like we had like a lot of players who went from Vaughan to TFC and even who are still playing pro now, but. Even guys who played for Woodbridge, guys who played for Moordale back then, Brampton, a lot of top talent who are, again, guys who are either playing pro now or like still playing.
Am I wrong? I think Andrew Nemrod was on that team too?
Yeah. He was on my Vaughan team.
In the NBA, which is like, you just get athletes like...
Like what? Sorry.
Andrew Nemrod, dude.
Oh, no way, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So he played soccer like with us, he joined our team I think around like U10. Yeah. And he played with us for like 2 years at Vaughan, but he also came to TFC the first year as well. Yeah. But again, at that age when we were like 13, like he already knew he was gonna choose ball over soccer. So for him it was just like kind of like to stay fit and like obviously be a dual athlete, which is good. But
yeah, as a kid, when you're just like when someone's that good at something, and they're just athletic, like, you can see it. Like I played on my youth soccer team. We had 2 NHL players on my team.
Oh, for real?
But they were unbelievable. Yeah. Like, because they're just so athletic. Like, Connor McMichael, he plays, like, for the Washington Capitals, and he's playing for his Instagram, just him and Ovechkin and stuff. Like, it's just...
That's crazy,
When you play with athletes, like, they're just different.
Oh, for sure. That is wild.
Yeah, so kind of moving on to a bit of the international, because did you play Canada youth teams?
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of talk a little about that, and then what we've transitioned to now.
Yeah, again, so... Obviously now Canada, the way Canada soccer is run is way better. Mm-hmm. For us, again, like... If you were part of TFC, Montreal Impact, or Whitecaps, like you're almost guaranteed a camp to go to the national team. So for me, I feel like the scouting wasn't like at its best back then. Again, we had, I'll give you an example. For our U17 national team for Canada, we had 11 players from TFC Academy on the team. Yeah. Right, so that's almost half from right there. And then maybe you had 5 from Whitecaps and 2 from club teams, which are obviously Jonathan David and other guys. And then like the rest were from Montreal. But like it's weird. The way it was set up was that, don't get me wrong, we had the best talent, like,
Yeah.
for sure. But
Yeah.
the way it was set up was that coaches would like the Canada Soccer would reach out to TFC and say, okay, like which players are playing well, who should we bring to the camp, or who should we bring to like the national team setup, right? So for some players, like if you were like liked by your coach, or if you were favored by your coach, or if you were having a good season, okay, you're in the national team. It wasn't really where they were actively watching you. They were like watching your progress, and they would show you off that. But
It's a problem.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I was part of like a U15 setup, but also mostly with the U17s and also U20s, and then that was pretty much it from there. And then that's when I kind of transitioned over to Trinidad for the senior level.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know.
How was that been?
It's been good. It's been good so far. Obviously, there's ups and downs with probably any organization, any national team, but in terms of experience, it's been amazing. Obviously, being able to travel to like obviously South America for those Super games, and even to like see that kind of competition, because it's very different from again playing with like Team Canada, playing against like, but again you're playing against the Caribbean teams, but just kind of seeing that environment and obviously seeing that culture, it's very different. And even too trying to qualify for a World Cup was incredible too. I think we should have done it. Maybe we had some moments where we really kind of like lacked a little bit, but it was obviously like an easier way to qualify with the setup. But honestly, again, it's been an amazing experience to even travel to like places like Honduras and play with like 40,000 people.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
It's nuts for sure.
Is that most people played in front of?
Yeah, I think it definitely. I mean, when I made my debut at FC Cincinnati in TQL Stadium, like that was.
That's
that stadium was.
You know, let's talk about the debut actually.
Sure.
So kind of like, we'll say a week or two leading up to it. When did you find out you were gonna make your debut? Kind of how'd you feel?
It honestly happened pretty quick because at the time, like TFC was going through like a downturn, but also too, like I was in and out with the first team and like training with them and kind of like in that environment. But there was a couple of injuries, and obviously like. Again, it happened like pretty quickly where, you know, I had to get thrown into training, and then you know it's like, yo, like, we need you to come play with the first team, and then obviously it's like I was very, very, very happy about that. Obviously, it's had someone else's unfortunate event, but for me, like it was obviously like something I've been working towards forever. So being able to like get into the squad and obviously make my debut was a dream come true for me for sure, and obviously at that kind of stadium.
Yeah,
I wish it was home, but
oh man, way better.
Yeah, but that's not.
How were the emotions like? When you stepped on the field?
It's like some nerves, but again, it's like, yo, like, honestly, this is what you do every weekend. Maybe it's louder, maybe there's more voices and maybe a little bit more pressure, but again, like, just do what you need to do and obviously try your best and showcase yourself a little bit. But it's just unfortunate because we had a red card early in the game, so it was just really cardio, you know what I mean? So just running around, especially against, again, like, Cincinnati was a top team at the time.
I think they're still a really good
team.
They're
still a top team, so. But yeah, obviously, crazy experience for sure.
Yeah, so kind of talk about transitioning out of TFC then, and kind of what that was like.
Yeah, so obviously at that point, like the CPL was up and running, and again, it's a top division, like you know, it's a first division, so it was definitely, I felt like it was the right move for me. I wanted to stay at TFC, but again, with transition with the coaching staff and all of that, like with the staff in general, with the first team, it was just, it obviously didn't work out in the way I wanted it to, but for me, I felt like the best next step was to get into a first division, and also seeing how, you know, it's better for opportunities. It's better to be, again, seen in terms of FIFA, like, you know, playing in a first division, and obviously in a growing environment as well with Canada, and to progress the game in that way. Like, it was just the next step in my career that I thought was best. So again, that happened quick as well, where I kind of decided not to stay with TFC2, and right away like offers came in from different CPL teams. So I had a lot of conversations with different coaching staff and different organizations, and from there I ended up moving to Victoria out west, and signing with Pacific FC over there.
Yeah, how was that? Did you like playing out there?
I'm not gonna lie, no, I don't like Victoria's a very beautiful place, but it depends on what you like. If you're a nature person, you'll love it. And even too, when I told people I'm going over there, I'm moving over there for soccer, everyone was like, oh my god, it's beautiful. So it is, you know what I mean? Like it is a nature place, but I'm a city guy. I'm from Toronto, you know what I mean? So like for me, like I need to have like a good balance of like football and life, right? So the thing is too, like I was very much like I enjoyed the fact that like I can very much focus on football over there, but also too like the times when you want to like kind of escape it a little bit for maybe the day or like one of your days off. Like for me, sometimes I need that, and I didn't get that at all. So
You get the-
Yeah.
It was just dead. But
to be fair, I hate nature. Like,
Yeah.
I love nature. I'm a nature person.
Yeah.
You know?
Like,
yeah.
I enjoyed it for like, you know, the 2-3 days like in preseason, or like the 5 days we had off.
Yeah.
But again, once you do one thing, like you did everything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like unless I'm gonna drive 5 hours up island, it's not really.
That's not really.
So what
ideal.
made you initially decide to go there over somewhere else?
Well, yeah, like honestly, it was just like conversations. I feel like conversations are a big thing.
Yeah.
But also, too, I had a friend who was out there as well. Someone that I grew up playing with at TFC Academy, and he's still one of my closest friends now.
Okay.
Kulinderalu.
I was gonna say, all right.
Yeah, so he's been out there. He was out there for 2 years already before I got there, and obviously they were a champion as well. Like they were one of the teams that, the first teams that won other than Forge in the final, right, in 2021, 2 years before I got there. So again, just like speaking about like the philosophy of the club, like the direction they wanted to go, and obviously their history, like that still kind of drew me out to them.
Mm-hmm.
Even too, like the distance was a little bit of a nightmare, but again, just the whole like idea that it's about like just football over there, like no distractions really. Like that's also what kind of drew me to that as well. But obviously when I got there, it was a different story. Right?
And so transitioning out of there, was that because of your own self and like the way you were feeling out there, or was it just kind of combination?
Yeah, no, honestly, at that point, it was like after spending 2 seasons there, it was a combination of both. Like, wanted to come back to obviously be close to family, and obviously my girlfriend, but also to like the football and like the lifestyle as well. Like, I'm also someone who's very big on like not just like I don't know what to say. Like, I like to like do things outside of football as well. So like, you know, do either if it's fashion, like even too like with studies, right? I'm in school as well, so it was very difficult to do all that while away, and obviously being so far. So when I got the opportunity to speak to Inter Toronto, and obviously them pursuing to like get me on a transfer, like that was like really good. So when all that kind of like happened, I was very happy to bounce essentially.
So, get back.
I kind of want to talk about that because I feel like when Inter Toronto signed you, they were also signing a lot of other players for Toronto as well. So some of the players, I think, if I'm correct, they signed you, and then they got what's his name? It's a striker. What's his name again? Adam Reed. They got Adam Reed, who's also from Toronto. And then I think they got, is it Singh? Luke Singh was They were also those. So how does it feel going to Toronto and then playing with? I'm not sure if you played with those guys growing up. But you definitely heard of them. So how is that? How is that environment?
Yeah, again, like, it's honestly very familiar. You know, because again, like, I grew up playing with Luke as well. Like, we both played. We played. He used to be on Brenton Glass, but we played against each other like when
Brenton Glass was crazy.
When I was on Vaughan. And then obviously too, like at TFC, we played together on the same academy team. But again, I've known him for years. So when they were telling me about the project, how they wanted to make it a Toronto-based team, like
that's what I like about it so much.
A homegrown squad, right? It was again, like, it was like, okay, yeah, like I know you're gonna, like I know Luke's coming. I know like Nigel who I play with at Pacific as well. He's coming in. So just being around so many like different faces that I've known for years, it was kind of like in a sense like I was like almost back at TFC Academy, but obviously at a pro level now where there's higher standards, there's you know more competition. But yeah, honestly, like, it was easy to like to build chemistry right away. You know what I mean? Because again, we've come from years with that.
So you kind of mentioned like again from the academy to pro just now. So kind of what is the difference between playing academy football to playing professional football and even say university football, like playing NCAA? What are the level of differences you'd say?
Honestly, it's all very similar because again, like at the end of the day, academy is for development. You know, to see like obviously it's about winning. And TFC, we had a winning culture. Like we didn't go anywhere and not expect to win. Even if we went to Europe, if we went to South America, we had the idea that we were going in to win. So that was just our ambition, or that was our mentality, but also that was our talent level, right? But that's obviously the primary goal, is to develop as players as much as you can, right? NCAA, because it's such a short season, again, it's all about winning there as well, right? It's just win, no matter, like, for me, it was kind of, it doesn't matter if it's ugly, it doesn't matter how it looks, let's try to win. I know some coaches are different, some programs are different, where they have more of like, for example, if I compare UConn to Oregon State, UConn was more about like, you know, like that American mentality was like, let's be physical, let's be strong, let's just win any way we can. Oregon State was more of like a European philosophy where we wanted to like win a certain type of way. We had an identity, you know what I mean? But again, because it's such a short season, and again, you're transitioning to try to have the highest rank to get to the NCAA tournament, to have the best seeding, whatever. Again, it's just win. Pro, again, it's the same thing as well, where obviously you're fighting for trophies, people are fighting for contracts and all that stuff, right? But pro is you accumulate everything because you have you have guys who are young, who could be 15 training with you guys, or 16, 17, 18,
Yeah.
to obviously guys with tons of experience,
Yeah,
like we're 30.
sure.
So obviously that's the most competitive environment where you have guys fighting for there's going to be 18 on the roster to
Yeah.
play and 11 on the field, right? But again, in a pro environment, it's about having a team identity, winning, but also again trying to develop as it's about developing certain age groups, right, within the team, because at certain points too, like either you have it or you don't, right?
For sure.
And if you kind of not fit for that environment, you'll see like a lot of guys get phased out, because that's the thing too, right? Like if you can't sustain and obviously help a team in a certain way or help yourself, then you'll see a lot of guys that get phased out within a year, 6 months.
So then, would you say that consistency is the biggest difference from like playing pro and being like staying pro than people that don't?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like at the end of the day, I say this with anything like that you do, consistency like will build like your long-term career essentially, right? So I've seen like a lot of guys who they've had like, you see it like all the time too, like guys will have a crazy year, so maybe they get a really good contract, or they'll get a nice move, but okay, within 2-3 years if they don't maintain that, what happens? They kind of phase out, right? So especially at pro levels, like if you can't maintain that consistency level, you'll see it very quickly that like, okay, the coach can't trust you, the teammate can't trust you, so you'll be out the team as fast as you came in, right? So, yeah.
Is there a back to the C? Would you say, because you played for TFC and you played in CPL, is there a level difference you would say between those two?
Honestly, when it comes to like talent, no, I believe that there's so many players within the CPL that can easily like go into an MLS team, and that's me being honest. Obviously, we see where like when we play a CONCACAF, or even if we play the Canadian Championship, we do see most of the time MLS teams are winning those games, but I feel like it's because when it comes to the CPL and the MLS, it's just fine margins. The same thing with CPL or MLS to Europe, right? It's just very fine margins. Like we have the same athletic ability, we have the same, again, we all grew up kind of in the same environment where we came from academy or whatever. Like we came from high level academy, so we have that like the roots of how to play and the understanding. But it's just fine details, fine margins that win those games, right? So if as players you can be that efficient with those fine margins, you'll see that will translate to higher levels, right? Exactly. Yeah. But don't get me wrong. I think there's for me there's a lot of players in MLS who maybe their level is CPL. Yeah. Vice versa. Maybe there's a lot of players in CPL that can easily play.
You see that in every division from the championships. Like you're gonna see that in like 1-2 divisions. That goes. So that makes sense. So kind of we'll talk about like a plan. So like leading up to a game, what does your kind of week look like from? So you have a game on a Saturday, from Monday to Saturday. What does it look like?
Well, again, honestly, because we're training like so often, like Monday through Friday. Yeah. Honestly, for me, it's about like a mix of, because again, too, I have like other ventures outside of football, but I'm thinking just the football. It's just you train and you recover. Like that's the most important thing. Especially like I'll say from Wednesday, that's when I'm really focused on like like my build up to the game, right? So obviously it's having like the proper foods, getting the proper amount of rest, drinking a lot of fluids, right? So, but especially like I'll say that the day before the game, it's honestly about like an early night. Again, I think having proper dinner before the night before is more important than the dinner, or the meal before the actual game. So, like if I just give an example, like I'll have like carbs and like a protein. That's like mostly what I eat, anyways. Yeah. But then the day of a game, like it's just honestly just relaxing. Like, but again, it's also too like living the day like a normal day. Yeah. Because a lot of people they do like to just like I need to like be mentally focused. Like everyone's different, right? So, but for me, it's like okay, just like live like another day. Like if I have to do errands, I have to do errands, right? But it's just honestly too like maintaining my body like with the energy and making sure that like obviously like I'm not on my legs too much to obviously preserve them for the game itself.
Yeah, fair enough. So I know we kind of talked a lot about footballing, and you mentioned so much that like life outside of football. So a little bit moving into that, you've started a consulting business. Yeah. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So honestly, again, it started with me and my business partner John Luca Catalano. We both grew up again in the TFC Academy system. Yeah. And we both went to University of Connecticut together. Okay, cool. So we both committed to the same university. Okay, yeah. And so while I left after one season, he actually stayed throughout the entire for 3.5 years, 4 years, 4 seasons there, right? He went through COVID over there. He went through like injuries over there, so he saw the entire NCAA like landscape, right? But so to try to make it quick, like the reason behind what we're doing is obviously now you see like a lot of more social media stuff. You see like a lot more. Like, you see FTF, of course, right? You see like a lot of like programs where they help kids or like they kind of navigate kids to like
get to the next level.
Right? But for us growing up, like
we never had that.
Exactly. You guys know, like we didn't have that. So either for us again, like we played through TFC Academy, right? So we went to events that we had college coaches come up. Like I got scouted from basically for UConn and all these universities. We went to GA Cup at U17 age, right? And from there, like we'd play games and I'd play good. I'd get 35 emails in a space of an hour, right? So I knew I had options if I wasn't choosing to stay with TFC, which I do regret, but.
You should stay with TFC.
Yeah, I do. Like I always say like that's one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
But so again, like even like NCAA, like you can't have an agent to kind of like help you like kind of prep you for like the conversation you're gonna have. Even too, like when you're starting to have conversations at 17, 16, even with agencies, like if your parents are not someone who experienced that, or again you're not talking to like avid pros who experience that, like you're not really getting any kind of advice or any kind of like guidance on how to navigate these decisions, or like maybe what's best for you, what's not best for you, like maybe what kind of lip service are you getting from people, is this true, is this not true? So basically what we try to offer is obviously like tactical and like technical kind of advice that all coaches or pros will give the players, but it's also too like trying to navigate like the Canadian player pathway for players, like what's maybe the best pathway for you as like maybe your ability level or again like your commitment level, right? So if we can have conversations with kids about stuff like that, like, and we can help kids like kind of put them in the best situations possible, in the best like environments possible, like that's all we really want to do. And even too, like my business partner Joe Catalano, when he was in school and he would come back to coach with Vaughn, like a lot of parents would know that he was in school and ask him like, oh, like I have a son who's like going to university, but like this is happening, that's happening, like how should he do this? Because again, like we do have experience, right? Of course. Like being from TFC, going to do 2 different universities at like Division 1 level, and even now playing pro, like I can say like in a humble way that I have a lot of experience in different environments, right? So if I can translate that to like and use that with other again kids who are going through the system and try to put them to the best advantage possible, like if I can do that, 100%.
Especially because like I'm sure we all know 10 people who are like stories, and they were probably maybe better than us or better than certain people.
Exactly.
Like,
go anywhere.
When people go in and they understand like how did this person stay because you know different things like that. So that's great. How long have you been doing that for?
So we had the idea like essentially like 2 years ago, but again because of like commitments where I was living abroad, he was also finishing up school and he's doing his master's now. Like we kind of like postponed it a little bit, but we actually like we have it up and running and started about 2 months ago.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's been progressing well.
I'm trying to venture off into something like that too at some point, but Well, good. Okay. Well, I'm trying
to. So you said you regret leaving TFC.
Yeah.
What is the reason for that?
Again, like for me, like the university was not.
Blunt.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I really don't mind. But for me, like the university just wasn't an environment for me. Like I'll be honest. So I had a technical director at the time at TFC who he ended up becoming a second team coach. So when I was 17, I started playing USL Championship. Again, that's against grown men at the time, right? And he was the coach of the second team, and he was someone who always was very honest. Like he recognized my talent level and recognized what I could do in the pro game, and said, "Listen, like I'll say it in his accent." He said, "Like I don't think Ronaldo went to university." You know what I mean, like he had the idea like, "Yo, like, you need to be in a pro environment to get to the best environment possible, right?" So at the time too, like because I was like dubbed like one of the top talents in the age group in the academy. They did want to see me with the first team, but because of obviously too like being one of the youngest players on the second team at the time, I wasn't getting as many minutes as I wanted to. I wasn't playing that much, and with like the coach at UConn being a good friend of the president at the time of TFC, Bill Manning, they had a good relationship. So I kind of saw that and was like, you know what, it can kind of work in my favor. If I do well there, and obviously that was a conversation I was having with the club as well. Like, oh, we go there for like a season, come back, don't worry, everything's good. Like, we'll be with the first team. So like I said, that's kind of why we started what we're doing, CY Sports, right? Yeah. But right when I left, I'm like, I don't know, because even too like I was already in the midst of like playing a full season with USL or like just every week having a game. Yeah. Whereas I kind of stopped slowed down. We had preseason in like the summer.
Yeah.
And again, we played like I think it was 14 games in the season or something like that.
Yeah.
And then after that, you kind of.
Yeah, and then we had the tournament, but it was just weird. Like the coach at the time, like he's a legend within college soccer, if I'm being honest. But like he wasn't a coach. You know what I mean? He was more of like, for me, he should be a football coach because he had that perfect profile, being like a Bill Belichick, where like he was like all about like hard work, like be strong, be physical, like be dogs. You know, so he was a really good.
Where North America kind of feels more as tactically than anything else.
Yeah, again, like just we're seeing it now where it's better, where obviously there's more experience being put in good positions, but also too like Europeans are coming over to help the game in North America. But again, growing up and even now still, especially in NCAA, like you see guys who have had coaching positions for years and they've never kicked the ball professionally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like they have no, maybe they gathered experience from playing games, which don't get me wrong, that is valuable, but
It's not the same.
to actually have like a footballing brain, it was never there. So for me at UConn, we never experienced it as a team where like we had good players, we had guys who had good experience, like coming from academies or coming from, we had Germans, we had French guys, but again, when it came to like, hey, how are we gonna play, it was just improvised. You know what I mean? Like I'll give you an example. We put a 4-2-3-1.
Okay.
I put in the 10, right? So what we would do, we'd have a 6 drop in between the 2 center backs. So you lose one midfielder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our other 6 would drop as a right back, like peel out, pushing our right back higher.
All right.
And that pushes our basically our right winger to join as a striker. So we had 2 strikers almost.
So you put one midfielder.
So I was the only player as a midfield.
As a 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? So, but the problem was too, we would do all that to go long. You know what I mean? So I'd be the only guy just waiting to find the second ball by myself.
Yeah.
And at that point, the coach saying, screaming, be physical. Again, like we just didn't have that footballing brain in university.
Yeah.
So when I saw that right away, and obviously coming from TUC where I was coached by guys like Greg Vanny, who obviously is a legend MLS coach, right?
Yeah.
Again, like my technical director Laurent Gouillot, who played in Ligue 1, he coached like Dembele, all these guys, because he was a U17 French national team coach.
Yeah.
Me coming from there to go to there, I was like, what's going on here? What did I get myself into, right? So, like right, I was like, I need to leave after this season. I need to get out. So that was for me my biggest like regret, and at the time I think like if I continued to progress with the coach that I spoke about, continue to playing like USL League One at that age, and obviously building that experience, it would have been better for my development, not only as a player but again like as a professional. You know what I mean? So.
Do you think that would have got you in the TLC first team?
Yeah, I do think so. Yeah, because again too, like we always had like honest conversations with the staff, with the president, with the ownership, right?
Yeah.
But it was always a plan for me to be involved with the first team. Like that was known for years, right? With a lot of other 2000s as well. So for me, kind of like leaving that environment, kind of like again it stalled me a little bit. Put me in a back burner situation where again if I kept myself in that environment, again, like I would have been training with the first team. I would have been obviously in a better place, right? So, I 100% believe that I would have been in a first team position, maybe with a first team contract by like that winter as well. Because even too, like at that time, because I was playing very well with the national team, like I was nominated for U17 Canadian Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I was at the time Octavio Zambrano was a national team coach for Canada. And even he was messaging me because he came to watch like a showcase we had in that winter, and he was letting me know like I had plans to like it's just a regular camp, it's not an official camp, but I had plans to like bring you in. So all that was happening, and then again I just put myself in a terrible environment. And just dropped from there.
What made you go back to another school after?
Yeah, because you did go to Oregon after.
Yeah. So honestly, at that point, like I went back to TUC, but there was just some disagreements between contracts and stuff like that, and obviously maybe like not. Like ideas were not like kept as like they were spoken. So I ended up going to Denmark actually.
Oh, cool.
So I was in Denmark because there was a project at FC Helsinger.
Okay.
Where like an American ownership group bought the team because their whole plan was kind of like similar to what Inter Toronto was doing, where they wanted to bring Toronto guys. They wanted to bring like North American players, so mostly American, but they wanted to bring like. Canadians and American players over to Europe to try to develop them, sell them off for a profit, right? It was a good business model.
That's a very smart thing,
But so we were there, and a couple of guys that I knew were also there. Some American guys. We did really well. Like right away, like we integrated to the team easily, very well, because again the talent level was there.
Yeah.
And like a few of us were offered and also got like signed contracts. So around like we were there for maybe about 14 days, like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And on like the 9th, 10th day, I was offered a contract. But even before that, like after a week, the American coach who was brought in to like kind of like lead the project,
Yeah.
he ended up having like family issues, so he left. And again, me, like I can kind of see things like unraveling.
Yeah.
I had an idea that okay, if the coach is gone and they bring in a Danish coach,
The idea's gone. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's exactly what happened. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna sign this contract.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a couple of my Kudeta Luke, another friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
Kembo Kabato, they ended up signing with different like 5 other Americans. And I decided, you know what? Because again, I was having conversations with universities.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to school, and try to go pro from there, right?
Yeah.
As they signed, it was maybe 2 weeks later, the coach came in, a Danish coach, and he said, "Listen, guys, if you're not Danish, you're not playing. Like I'm not gonna play foreign guys over the Danish guys. You know, I can somewhat understand it, but like, listen, if I'm the owner as well, I'm bringing you in for a project. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just steal my players. Exactly. You know what I mean? So I felt bad for my guys. I'm like, listen, like I kind of saw this happening, so like
you didn't warn them.
the thing is, I had a conversation with them.
That's the decision, though.
That's the thing too. Like again, this is why CY Sports Consulting is so important, right?
Trust me.
I would tell them, like, listen, like this is most likely going to happen.
Yeah.
They're all surprised. Obviously, they're getting paid, but again, they just weren't playing. So every week they wouldn't even dress.
Yeah.
They were just not part of the roster. They're training, right?
Yeah, that's ruthless.
So after like 6 months, because this was all in the summer, by like December, all of them were like, "Hey, let's like agree to something together, like a mutually terminate the deal, get paid out somewhat, and we need to bounce."
Yeah.
By that point, I was already we're gonna stay. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah, that's kind of like
What happened there?
I obviously, if I could have, I would have stayed in Denmark if the project was there. But I was very excited for that. But
That's
obviously,
so unfortunate.
That's
but that's what I'm saying. That's
football, though.
That's football.
It is
That's life. Honestly, like a little bit of.
Would you say that was your biggest setback then?
I mean, who knows? Like at the end of the day, it could have been. Like I see like UConn because I feel like that's like the biggest thing for sure.
Yeah.
Just because of what I was building at TFC Academy for so many years, right?
Fair enough.
But no, definitely in terms of like projection and like what could have been for that project itself. Like at 19 years old, like playing in Denmark, you know what I mean? Playing in a good league as well, like.
Yeah, not a small team
Yeah,
either.
that could have definitely been something where again, like it led me to a different country, different team, different league. Who knows? But
crazy opportunity.
yeah, it's tough.
That's so shit.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
You've still done well, so.
No, yeah.
Kind of wrapping up, but we'll kind of get to a rapid fire, and then we'll kind of.
Some random questions that we just.
Yeah, no problem.
So we'll say best player you've played with and against.
Alfonso Davies, definitely.
Yeah.
Like but honestly, like no one believes me when I say this, but when I first played with Alfonso, I was like, yeah, he's a good player, but he wasn't like right away a world beater on the eye. You know what I mean? But then he came back. So before we had like the U17 national team, so they had like basically they had like a Canada team just based of club players.
Yeah.
And like then against TFC Academy, Montreal, and Vancouver.
Yeah.
So he was playing on the club team because this is before he went to Whitecaps as well.
Yeah.
And for them, like, oh my god, this guy's different now.
Yeah.
He just shit because he was when I first met him, he was playing winger, and then he started playing like a 10.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what happened to this guy?
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere, after like 4 or 5 months.
What
I'm
age
like,
was that? Was he?
You're-
Was he
U17. You said U17.
U16.
U16.
He would have been
15.
What then?
So he's a 2000. Like,
Oh, he's 2000. Okay.
Oh,
so we were all the same age.
Yeah.
Because even too, we had an ID camp like building up to the U17s at like in like November 2015.
Yeah.
So this is when we all came together. Like it was like 70 players, and we all just like played inter squads. So it was guys from Edmonton who came, which obviously he's from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing against like TFC guys. And that's when I first saw him. Like he's like a right wing. I'm like, oh yeah, like, he's like very similar to Kool-Aid, where like he's fast, dynamic right away, you know. But then after like in the summer of like the 2016, when we played this like little like this tournament, I was like, yo, what happened to this guy? But
complete different change.
Yeah, no, for sure. So he's definitely probably the best player I played with, and then best player I played against. I mean, just based off like quality itself, like even though I didn't get to touch the ball that much because we were a man down. Luciano Acosta for FC Cincinnati.
Oh, he's great. Yeah, he's really good.
Like, you can't get near him. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what makes the difference.
But
he's a small guy. He's small too, Acosta. Yeah, he's small. Yeah.
Thinks quicker than everyone else. So
he's for sure.
Acosta, yeah, he's a baller too.
Kind of cover that. What team did you support growing up? If you
Chelsea.
Did. Oh, that's shit.
I can see you're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah,
Well, I went Liverpool versus Chelsea last season in October.
So I was with my girlfriend for my birthday.
Uh-huh.
She bought us tickets to Chelsea Barca in the Champions League.
No way.
What month was it? November? Yeah, we went November.
Nuts.
Where we smashed them 3-0. You know what I mean? So,
It's a game. Liverpool beat
Did you watch the game today?
We're both champs right now. I don't mind.
Masterclass. So
No, that's okay.
Did you watch the game today?
Yeah, I did. But I mean, honestly, it's a garbage game to watch because I'm just watching set pieces.
Yeah, bad.
I don't enjoy it, man. And obviously, we have a red card problem. I know what these guys are doing, but
Dumb foul by the
Oh,
way.
yeah.
I don't know what. Like,
No, I don't know what he's on by the way. That's
like Chelsea for me now, like it's just obviously I'm gonna still support them, but like I don't really agree with the project they're doing at all.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like I don't know.
ruining constantly. Ruining
It's just
careers.
it's Americans coming in and building a business rather than a football club,
Yeah.
right? So again, I get it, but even to his 8-year contracts, 100.
Oh, yeah,
Contracts for
ridiculous.
kids that are gonna
Yeah.
play and shit.
Yeah, it's nuts. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Shit club, really. Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi, easy,
It was quick.
easy.
Not enough thought.
That should be the only answer though.
Some people like Ronaldo more.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends. Like one of my good friends in football, Eamon.
Yeah.
He's like a diehard. Like he'll like
He'll defend it.
Ronaldo. Yeah. But again, I just think like if you're thinking about like natural like the ability on the pitch.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can put Ronaldo over Messi.
No.
But I see like the clutch gene. Obviously, like Ronaldo's is a winner. Like he
course.
wins.
He's a winner.
So I can see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's 1 and 2 all time, and it's not close.
Yeah.
to-
No, it's not close at all.
I mean,
Yeah.
whoever you choose.
Yeah.
I mean, Messi's still better, but
Yeah.
whatever. Biggest fear.
Ooh, biggest fear. That's a good one. Honestly, I used to say like you know when you get trapped under like a pool cover.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's like my worst
There's a
fear.
movie
Nah.
about that.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
movie about
yeah.
that.
Like, that's like my biggest fear in terms of like dying. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really think about like
Things you're like scared of. Them.
yeah. To be honest, I just focus on like yo, what can I do? You know what I mean?
It's crazy. You know what? I have a question actually. What's your TFC Rushmore? Mount Rushmore.
Oh, player wise,
Yeah.
like that I play with or like in the
Like in the like all together, TFC Mount Rushmore. Who would you give it?
So I thought,
And you can do
first
who
team
you played
players,
with as
no?
well. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do like first team players and I'll do
Yeah.
like my academy.
Okay.
Obviously Jovinko.
Yeah.
Get that Michael Bradley there.
Yeah.
Of course.
Michael Bradley.
Probably Josie Altidore too. I mean that like that
You have to have
that
a-
treble winning year
Yeah.
like 2017.
That's the best.
like,
That's the best MLS team of all time.
Yeah.
I
I
still
agree.
say it. Yeah.
but then I also
Sure.
put Pozzuolo.
Pozzuolo,
When I would
he's
train with him,
unbelievable,
Yeah.
bro.
when I would train with him, he was like even Vasquez, but like
Yeah.
Pozzuolo was
I genuinely believe
ridiculous.
behind Giovinco, he's technically the best player we've ever had.
Yeah, I
His
think so.
technical ability, it's
For sure.
unreal.
Like he's different level.
Yeah.
He brought us to the finals too one year.
Yeah.
We lost, but yeah.
He was just
That's
unbelievable.
4, right?
Yeah.
I think that's four.
There's four in the Mount Rushmore, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
You can have one
It's
more.
5. No, I think it's 4.
It's fine.
It's 5.
Bro, see, watch this.
Daniel, fact check this right now.
I think it's 4.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
I think it's
Jovinko.
4. I'm so much smarter than you. Oh my god.
Jovinko, Bradley, Altidore,
Put it
and
up.
Pozzuolo.
Put it up. And then
players
your
you
own.
played with. Yeah.
I'm not gonna put myself.
No, do it.
Okay, I'll put myself.
There's nothing to convince you. And everybody else.
Wow, actually, this is a crazy one.
Oh, say it.
What?
I hope none of my guys get offended.
Say it. Yeah.
You
Say
can't
it.
get offended.
Yo, we're called 50-50 for a reason.
Keep it 100.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting like all age groups.
Yeah.
Even though he never played for the first team, but he's a top player now. Tristan Borges.
Oh,
Okay.
he's crazy.
Yeah,
He's
he-
Mike. He's a forward.
Yeah,
He's a very good player.
Yeah.
Ayo Akinola.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
He obviously went on to do good things with the first team.
Of course.
And
Last one.
you know, even for what he's doing now, I'll put Jaden Nelson.
Jaden Nelson?
Yeah.
Really?
One of the young players. He was always again like one of those guys who he always played up.
Yeah.
You know, because again he had the talent, but
Yeah.
no, he's a very good player.
He's a
And
a
he's skillful, very
Yeah.
skillful. Yeah.
And then what else we got? Okay, so you have a dinner, you have 3 dinner guests, dead or alive. Who are your 3?
Wow. See, the problem is I'd put. You know what? I have to have one soccer player. It'd probably be Ronaldo, just because he's the best English speaker.
Yeah.
Like he speaks the best English.
See, I think logically.
Then I'd probably have a guy like Denzel. You know,
Yeah,
like he's
yeah.
just
Smooth,
probably some
innit?
crazy wisdom. You know,
Smooth, innit?
yeah. And then I mean, you put God, I guess. Yeah.
Come on. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I mean,
Yes.
if you have dinner with Jesus, like you have all the answers.
Yeah, you're right. That's
You don't
it.
need nothing else after that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be a good dinner.
That would be a
fantastic.
That would be a really, really good dinner.
Wow. Ronaldo and Jesus, same room.
Yeah.
Ronaldo and Denzel.
But
And Steffen, come on.
Yeah, Steffen, come on, bro.
that's a good Mount Rushmore right there.
Mount Rushmore about life.
Yeah.
All right. You guys, that's all we got for Steffen Yeates. Appreciate you for coming on, man.
Yeah, hope you
Watching
enjoyed
the
it.
season.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get out to a game for sure.
100%.
We're definitely gonna
Yes. Peace.
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Appreciate it.
Vlog, say something.
Nigga, we're done.
Say something for the camera, bro.
We're out of here, brother.
Anyways,
Packing
yeah.
up right now. You know, we just finished shooting.
I know, but
Well, I think
what do you think?
3 videos done.
3 videos done today, yeah. I think it went really well.
Really well. Wow, this guy's confident.
I think it went really well, yeah. I mean, bro, we just got, that's our first pro.
It is, isn't it?
So, nothing not the bird, and then it's a good connection, so I just, yeah, I can't complain.
And now just doesn't want to get a drink with me, so now I'm just going home.
I'll go get a Guinness with you right now. You just said that.
You want me to get a Guinness? You
Peace
gonna
out,
get a Guinness?
peace out, peace.
You come to get a Guinness?
I gotta work at 9
Daniel's working.
Tonight?
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. I start working.
Nigga, I start work at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I start work at 8 tomorrow too. Actually.
Nigga, you're
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah,
get it.
Fair.
We'll figure it out.
Fair.